Hello everyone, welcome to the current episode of Sipping with Steven. This is my one episode a year that does not have to do with bourbon. This is our pre-Beer Fest beer episode, and today I've got a new friend, Joe Bowling, who is the managing partner of the Goshen Mercantile Brewing Company. And welcome, Joe.
Thank you.
First and foremost, I'm going to take a step back because in addition, Joe and Goshen Mercantile are going to be the first time participants at Fraser Beer Fest, but also they got some really cool historical stuff. And I'm going to take a quick step back and let people see this really cool sign. If you could give them a little bit of background to how you all came about.
Well, that sign, which stands for the Goshen Mercantile Company, was an actively used sign probably in the 1950s and before at the old Goshen General Store. The store was built in the 1870s, and my partner bought the property 3 or 4 years ago with the idea to turn it into an entertainment campus. So we adopted the name. We've been told that it's too long, but Goshen Mercantile Brewing Company,
But it's working
Goshen
for you,
Mercantile
right?
Taproom, yes.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's okay because you got to do what's right for you.
Yes.
What I love is we do this promotion first and foremost. Fraser Beer Fest, Saturday, August the 1st. We have a block party on Main Street. And having talked to Joe, I found out you were actually here last year, but not in the capacity of Goshen Mercantile Brewing, but as just kind of getting a feel for the event. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. We came out as consumers to help some of our friends and other breweries get set up, and we discovered a couple of beers at the festival last year that we now carry on tap. We've got 26 taps and a tiny brewing system, so we can only keep 4, 5, 6 on our own stuff. The rest are all Kentucky breweries. So we're part tap room, craft beer tap room, and part brewery.
What I love about that is because you told me that there are brewers from all over Kentucky, and you all are highlighting that, and that is just fantastic. People can come to Goshen, and I've heard from several reliable people that the food out there is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to have to make a little bit of a field trip and come find out for myself, but that is awesome. And the fact that what we love about this beer festival, and why we're so glad you and your folks are going to be part of it, is that it is going to focus on trying to lift up local Kentucky breweries and make this party on Main Street something that is a celebration of the Kentucky brewing industry. Yep. So when tell folks a little bit about what it, besides the little bit of the history of this sign and you all serving other people's beer, what exactly they can experience at the Goshen Taproom.
Well, we've had several customers say it feels like they're walking back into the 1950s. So if you want to come and see, and I say it's a genuine type of experience because majority of the stuff in our tap room came out of the Goshen store or from architectural salvage and places like that. So that's a part of it. I think that they can experience a combination of Cheers meets an English pub meets
cool.
a craft beer bar.
And
that's our goal. We wanted to help build community out in Oldham County through craft beer, and craft beer being locally made beer that most anyone can like. So we have a wide variety of very light beers to dark beers, hoppy beers, ciders, but we try to do everything Kentucky.
Well, now you had told me and gave just a little glimpse, and I would like to give a little bit of a teaser for folks coming to Beer Fest, and another reason why they should, that you've got several expressions that you have kind of in your mind thought about maybe showcasing at Beer Fest. Would you care to share some of those with the viewers as to what they might be able to taste if they come to Beer Fest?
Yeah, I don't know if you can see this or not, but this is our honey ESB. It's the style extra special bitter. It's an English brown ale that we make with local honey, and typically my partner that does the brewing is also a beekeeper. So when we say we use local honey, it's some of my pollen because the bees come over from his yard to my yard. So we have the honey ESB. We'll probably bring a honey wheat as well, partnering with a honey operation out in Oldham County. We've got our Goshenus, which is a play on classic Guinness. And then I think the other one is probably Hausbrau, which is German amber, but with some West Coast hops. So one thing we do, because we order so much really great beer from these other breweries around the state, is we look at what's available in distribution and we fill the gaps with
very
the styles
smart.
that we don't see. So you don't see a lot of ESBs. The only one we've ordered is Uncle Luther Paducah,
Yeah.
from dry ground down in Paducah.
Yeah.
You just don't see that style. So we look at where there's some gaps. We like to do stuff with fruit and other botanicals and things that are grown out in Oldham County. We're
Sure.
doing some cool stuff with Udell Gardens.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, for us, it's just helping people build connections and appreciate the history of Kentucky and Oldham County.
Well, what I love about this is that you obviously talk about your product with such pride, but there's a story behind each one of it. It's not just putting the glass under there
Yes.
and filling it up and tasting it. And I think everybody likes to have that story behind. They want to buy into that experience, right? So you want to do that at your all's place in Goshen.
Yes.
But on August 1st, if they come here to the Fraser Beer Fest, they can get a little sampling of that.
Oh, absolutely.
That will literally and metaphorically wet their tongue and hopefully want to drive them out to your place and kind of get the bigger story. Get the Cliff Notes version first and then
Yes.
get the novel version later, if that's a comparison.
I think it's important that the story needs to be authentic. People can sniff out a fabrication pretty quickly. I also tell people that live here in town that it's a great afternoon to go out and visit our brewery, the market next door for sandwiches, ice cream at the ice cream shop on campus, then head over to Third Turn in Crestwood,
Sure.
check them out too,
Yeah.
and get back into town before dark.
Well, let me do this, Joe. What we're going to do, and we're going to call this a teaser. I'm going to invite everybody who's out there to come to the Fraser Beer Fest and try some of these products, or maybe a surprise that you bring, whatever it may be. I
Okay.
know it's going to be fantastic. We're going to do that. We're going to look forward to seeing them on August the 1st, and we want everybody to know about your place, the other participating brewers, and about the Fraser Beer Festival. So, in Sipping with Stephen tradition, we are going to tease and metaphorically raise a glass of a product that's right out of this growler right here. And we're going to say, we will see you on Saturday, August 1st to do this firsthand. Come and see Joe and get a sample and the great story about everything. Until then, go to Fraser.com, buy your Beer Fest tickets, and we look forward to seeing you on the 1st.
Yep, we'll see you there.
Thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah.